Om. 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 Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat, Parabrahma, Tasmai, Shri Gurave Namaha. Sadashiva Samarambham, Shankaracharya Madhyamam, Asmadacharya Paryantam, Vande Guru Paramparam. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namah. Harihi Om. My humble pranams to all Atma Jyotis, divine light of the self. I welcome all of you to today's session of Bhagavad Gita Shankara Bhashyam. I am a student, I am a sadhaka. I am conducting this study hour as a means for my learning. I am not a Pandita, I am not a Jnani, I am not a Guru. I am studying and making some notes, and as a student, as a homework, I am doing this. If there are any mistakes, please forgive me. We are in chapter 2. So, let me share my screen. Bhagavad Gita, chapter 2, shloka number 50 to 53. As per Shankara Bhashyam. Let us do a recap of chapter 2, shloka number 49. Durena Hyavaram Karma, Buddhi Yoga Dhananjaya, Buddho Sharanamanvicha, Upanaha Palahetava. What is the meaning of this? Nishkama Karma, which is karma done without desire or selfless desire or for the benefit of Loka Kalyana, for the benefit of the world, welfare of the world. Desire-oriented karma is lower than Nishkama Karma. Nishkama Karma is selfless service for the welfare of the world. Kamya Karma, desire-oriented karma, is lower than selfless service. Those who do Kamya Karma, they are to be pitied because they are Krupanaha, they are pitiable. Therefore, O Arjuna, you perform all your karma with Samatva Buddhi. Samatva Buddhi, we have seen, is doing karma as a offering to Ishvara. The karma phala is as an offering to Ishvara, karma as an offering to Ishvara, and what karma phala we get is a prasada given by Ishvara. This is the attitude with which one has to do karma. And when a karma is performed as an offering to Ishvara, as a service of Ishvara, as a worship of Ishvara. It doesn't matter what karma you are doing. Whatever karma you are doing, do it as a worship of the Lord, worship of the Ishvara, worship offering to Ishvara. And whether the result of that karma may be favorable or unfavorable, may be victory or defeat, may be gain or loss. Take an equal approach towards victory and defeat, gain or loss. With that attitude, I am doing this karma because it is my kartavyam, and I offer it to Lord. I offer it as a service to Lord, as a worship of the Lord, as a worship of Ishvara. And whatever karma phala comes, gain or loss, is a prasada from Ishvara. This is the attitude with which one has to do karma. This also selfless service for the welfare of world. This is samatva buddhi. So Krishna is saying to Arjuna, perform your actions with samatva buddhi. So now we move on. Chapter 2, Shloka 50, Avatarika. The connection between one shloka and another shloka is given by Shankaracharya in his Bhashya, so that the shlokas doesn't come out as a separate things, but as a continuity. What is the phala, benefit or result of following samatva buddhi? So in the previous shloka, Krishna asks Arjuna to do karma with samatva buddhi, performing karma as an offering to Ishvara with equanimity towards siddhi and asiddhi, fulfillment or non-fulfillment. So what is the phala? Why should I do it? What will I get? So it is told. Bhagavad Gita, chapter 2, shloka 50. Buddhi yukto jahatiha ubhe sukruta dushkrute. Tasmad yogaya ijyasva yogaha karmasu kaushalam. Meaning, one who has samatva buddhi leaves off both merit and sin. Punya and papa are left off. Both punya and papa are bondages. Therefore, put effort for yoga or of yoga. Yoga means performance of karma intelligently or skillfully. Skill in doing a karma is called yoga. Chapter 2, Shloka 50, Shankara Bhashyam. A person with a nishkama buddhi, selfless attitude, will be free of karma bandha, bondage of karma, in this life, in this world itself, by leaving off punya and papa, merit and sin, with the help of wisdom attained from chitta shuddhi. What is the purpose of doing karma yoga? What is karma yoga? Doing karma with samatva buddhi. What is samatva buddhi? Doing action, karma, as an offering, as a worship of the Ishvara, Lord, and whatever be the phala, result of the karma, whether victory or defeat, gain or loss, is a prasada from Ishvara, equal eye towards victory and loss is called samatva buddhi. When a person performs karma with samatva buddhi, that person will leave off the punya and papa in this life itself, with the samatva buddhi, karma is performed, karma yoga is done, then it leads to chitta shuddhi. The chitta shuddhi will help in jnana, attaining the wisdom, atma jnana. So, through atma jnana, one gets into moksha. So, one should have nishkama buddhi. So, it is told in the sloka number 50 that yoga karmasu kaushalam. Skill in doing karma is called yoga. What is that skill? By doing karma as per one's swadharma. Swadharma, what is swadharma? As per one's varna and ashrama, some duties are prescribed. So perform those duties swadharma as per your varna ashrama. Do those karma as an offering to Lord, as an offering to Ishvara. One gets equanimity towards victory or defeat. That is the skill in doing karma. It is doing karma as an offering, as a worship of Ishvara, and equal eye towards victory and defeat, gain or loss, is called skill in doing karma. This is the art of karma. Usually, the nature of karma, if it is not done, is the samatva buddhi. For a selfish desire, if it is done, it will bind you with the karma phala. You have to experience the result of the karma. Because you wanted the karma phala, so the karma phala will come to you. Okay? So the nature of karma is bandha. It will bind you to the samsara. When the karma is done skillfully with samatva buddhi, I have explained what is samatva buddhi, offering to Ishvara and equal eye towards victory and loss, take the result as a prasada from God. When karma is done skillfully with samatva buddhi, the binding nature of karma will be lost. Therefore, changing the binding nature of karma to non-binding nature is called the kaushalam in performing karma. Therefore, you be in samatva buddhi. Why? Because Gita chapter 2, shloka 51, karmajam buddhi yuktahi phalam tyaktva dhananjaya janma bandha vinirmuktaha padam gacchantyanāmayam. Why should you do with samatva buddhi? Those who do karma with the samatva buddhi will leave off the results of karma and be free of bondage of repeated birth and death. They will attain the supreme abode, which is free of sorrow and is called liberation. Chapter 2, shloka 51, Shankara Bhashyam. Karma phala, results of karma is, what is the karma phala? Why we should not have karma phala? Because karma phala leads to ishta anishta deha prapti. Whatever body we got, whatever life we got, is because of the karma phala. Whatever actions we have done previously, that karma phala only you get in this life as your body and life and circumstances. So it can be ishta, I mean it may be pleasant, or anishta. You may like it or you may not like it. Whatever body you got, whatever life you got, whatever circumstances you got, may be pleasant or unpleasant, may be likable or dislikable. So you have to undergo that. That is the karma phala. So, karma phala, results of karma is ishta anishta deha prapti. Whether you like it or not, you have to undergo the body and life. There is no escape. Buddhi yukta means one with samatva buddhi, leaves off karma phala. That is the benefit of samatva buddhi. And they become jnani. Manishina is mentioned here. Jnani, wise people. They become free of repeated birth and death cycle of samsara. And they become free in this life only. While alive in this lifetime, they become free. They become jivan mukta. And reach what is called padam. Anamayam. Anamayam means freedom from suffering. Gachanti padam. Padam. What is that padam? Paramapadam. Vishnu padam. What is that Vishnu padam? It is not some different loka, not some different world. It is when you are free from suffering. That is called moksha. When you are free from ignorance, when you are free from ajnana, when you are free from suffering, that is called Vishnu padam. That is called moksha, liberation. Chapter 2, Shloka 51, Shankara Bhashyam continued. It can also be understood in a different way. Starting from Shloka 49, Sankhya Buddhi. Sankhya Buddhi, it can be understood that Sankhya Buddhi is being taught. Why? Because by Samatva Buddhi, Chitta Shuddhi happens, and by Chitta Shuddhi, by the teaching of Sadguru, Jnana Bodha, one gets Sankhya Buddhi, Jnana, one gets wisdom. Why the word, why you can think that this is about Sankhya? Because it is told that Buddhi, the Samatva Buddhi, makes one transcend or eradicate punya and papa. Both punya and papa are eradicated or transcended. Therefore, they are talking about moksha. When they are talking about moksha, moksha can only happen through jnana. Jnana is Sankhya Buddhi. And why? When they are talking about Buddhi, Sankhya Buddhi, the Buddhi which can give you transcend, make you transcend punya and papa and attain liberation, it can only be Sankhya Buddhi. Sankhya Buddhi precedes by Chitta Shuddhi. Chitta Shuddhi happens because of Karma Yoga with Samatva Buddhi. What is Samatva Buddhi? Doing action as an offering to God, as an offering to Ishvara, as a worship of Ishvara, and treating victory or defeat alike, loss or gain alike, as a prasada from God. That is Samatva Buddhi. Samatva Buddhi leads to Chitta Shuddhi. Chitta Shuddhi leads to Jnana. Jnana leads to Kaivalyam. Jnana leads to Moksha. Therefore, it can also be understood as the sloka is talking about Sankhya Buddhi. Chapter 2, Shloka 52, Avatarika. When can I say that I have achieved the Samatva Buddhi, Chitta Shuddhi by Karma Yoga? Gita chapter 2, Shloka 52. Yadate mohakallam buddhir vyatitarishyati tada gantasi nirvedam shrotavyasya shrutasya cha. Meaning, when your mind crosses the impurity of delusion, then you will acquire indifference towards what has been heard and what is yet to be heard. What is this? We will see. Chapter 2, Shloka 52, Shankara Bhashyam. The mind that is attracted towards sense pleasures and worldly affairs is the pollution. Pollutes the viveka, the wisdom. What is viveka? Atma, anatma, prajna. Atma and anatma. What is self and what is not self? What does that mean? Means one should know who I am, what am I, what is my true nature, and what I am not. What I am not, we take it to be what I am. That is a confusion. That is the ajnana. What is the ajnana? I am the body is the ajnana. I am the body, I am the mind, I am the intellect, I am inside this world, I am subject to birth, death, growth, decay. All this is ajnana. What is jnana? What is viveka prajna? What is viveka prajna is, I am not this body, I am not this mind, I am not this intellect, I have no birth, I have no death, I am eternal, I am unattached, I am free, I am consciousness, I am spirit, I am Atma Jyoti. This is Viveka. So, this Viveka Buddhi, Viveka Prajna is polluted by the attraction to sensory pleasures and worldly affairs. When your Buddhi or intellect crosses the delusion caused by that pollution, meaning when your mind is purified or cleansed, then you will have Vairagya. What is Vairagya? Indifference to sense pleasures or being dispassionate. You will have Vairagya about what you have heard and what is yet to be heard. What is talking about hearing, we will tell that. Meaning, whatever you have heard or yet to hear, all that becomes useless for you. Chapter 2, Shloka 53, Avatarika. After mind or intellect crosses the delusion caused by the pollution of worldly attractions, and intellect is stable in Viveka, Atma, Anatma, Viveka, Prajna, when will I attain the supreme fruit of Karma Yoga? I will be performing Karma Yoga with Samatva Buddhi. What is the fruit of that? Fruit of that is Chitta Shuddhi and leading to Sankhya Buddhi, leading to breaking free from the bondage of karma and repeated birth and death life cycle, and attaining Padam Anamayam, supreme abode of Vishnu, which is free of suffering. So when will I attain that? Listen. Gita chapter 2 Shloka 53. Shruti vipratipanna te yada stasyati nishchala samadhavachala buddhis tada yogam avapsyasi. When will you attain to yoga? When your mind, which became unstable, hearing various Vedic statements. In the previous shloka, it is told whatever you have heard and what is yet to be here. So what you have heard, you are hearing about Vedic statements. What are the Vedic statements? They say, do this, don't do this, do that, do this, do like this, do like that. If you want this, if you want to go to heaven, perform a yajna. If you want a son, perform a yajna, do this, do that. If you have this particular desire, perform this yajna. So like this, Vedic statements say so many karma kanda. When your mind becomes unstable hearing to all of them, when your mind transcends that, becomes stable and steady in samadhi, then you would have attained yoga. What does this mean? When mind becomes stable and steady in samadhi, that means in Vedic statements are about fulfilling your desires. The karma kanda portion of the Vedas is about fulfilling your desires. That means when you transcend your desires, then your mind will become stable and steady in samadhi. And you would have attained Viveka Prajna. What is chapter 2, Shloka 53, Shankara Bhashyam? Veda talks or explains about various sadhya, sadhana, and their sambandha. Sadhya, various things to achieve, and their sadhana, the means of achieving that, and their sambandha, how the sadhana and sadhya are related, what needs to be done, Veda explains. If you have a particular desire, Veda has a yajna for you to achieve that desire. So, upon listening to these, do this, do like that, etc., one gets confused as to what to follow and what not to follow. When a mind is steadied and becomes stable in samadhi, without doubts and confusion, then you would have said to attain yoga. That means person has to transcend the desires. The desire-oriented action has to be left off. One should be doing action, karma, for the benefit of the world, selfless service, and to uplift oneself spiritually as a worship of Lord and offering the fruits to the Lord and fruits of the karma to the Lord. And whatever Ishvara gives is a Ishvara Prasada. Take it. There is a word samadhi used in this shloka. What is the meaning, in which context it is used is, when the mind attains samadhana, when it is pacified, calm, clutter-free, confusion-free, stable and calm, then it is called samadhi. Here, samadhi means Atma. In samadhi, in the shloka it is told, in samadhi, means mind deposited in Atma. That means Atma Nishta has to be there. One should be situated, abiding in Atma. How can you have? You need to have Viveka first. Atma, Anatma, Viveka Prajna has to be there. What is self, what is not self? I am not the body, I am not the mind, I am not the intellect. I am pure consciousness, Shivaswarupi, Shivoham, Shivoham, Shivoham. Brahma Satyam, Jagan Vidya, Jivo, Brahma Evanaparaha. Brahman alone is reality. Atma alone is reality. I am Atma, I am Brahman. And this Atma is the truth. World is an illusion. So one should leave off the world and deposit the mind in the Atma. That is being in Samadhi. Yoga means Atma, Anatma, Viveka Prajna. Yoga is not doing some practice and going into some absorption state and not knowing anything, going into deep absorption, Nirvikalpa Samadhi, Yoga Nirvikalpa Samadhi. That may be Nirvikalpa Samadhi in yoga when you stop your thought patterns, but that is not the yoga Krishna is advising. What Krishna is advising is Atma, Anatma, Viveka Prajna, as per Shankara Bhashyam. That means who I am, who am I? One should have clear understanding. I am consciousness. This understanding and abiding in consciousness, not in the bodily attractions, and Anatma, one should have indifference. One should have discrimination between self and non-self and abide in the self. That is Atma Anatma Viveka Prajna. That is yoga. That is samadhi. Thank you. Hari Om Tat Sat. Shri Krishnarpanamastu.